In this video, I'm going to be covering off how to get to your first 100 users as a B2B software company. And this can be completely from inception through to collecting that money from your first 100 client base. My name's Ciaran. I run Saturn, a specialist agency that focuses on Google Ads for software companies, tech companies, and AI companies, both in the B2B space and also in the fast-growing AI space as well. So in this video, what I'm going to be covering off is some strategies that I would recommend anybody as a starting point who is looking to build a B2B software, and a sort of a blueprint of how to get from A to Z, right? So I think a lot of people initially just put their foot on the gas and they get a product idea and they go straight into development. They develop this product and then they realize at the end of it that they don't know who to market to. So your first step here is obviously understanding the challenge that you're trying to solve, right? So for example, are you trying to make project management more efficient? Are you trying to make communication easier? Are you trying to make employee reviews simpler? Are you trying to streamline operations within a restaurant industry? So firstly, you've got to understand your challenge that you're trying to face. Secondly, what you need to do is you need to map out your ICP. So clearly understand the characteristics of your ideal customers. What industry are you targeting? What's their company? What roles, what specific pain points do these roles have? Because they do differ. A CEO is going to have very different pain points to a software developer, for example, within the same organization. So you really need to understand the role and the pain points and adjust your messaging accordingly. What budget do you feel that you could market your product as? Have a look at competition. How much are they positioning their pricing as? How can you undercut them if that's the route that you want to take? But if you want to charge more, what justifies you charging more? I would recommend carrying out surveys, looking at industry reports, even scrolling LinkedIn. You'd be surprised the amount of insights that you can gather from LinkedIn. Even connect with your target market. That's the first step, is actually understanding who you would like to be targeting. Secondly, once you've got that, you want to understand what your value proposition is. Why is your software unique? How is it going to solve specific problems? How is it going to differ from any other solution that they've seen before? With this as well, you want to validate that with your network. So as you're identifying your target market, reach out to people, build a connection with them, ask them questions. So then when you do have your initial value prop, you can then speak with them and ask them, what do you think of this? Will this make your life easier? And then you can then start building your product around that. Leverage your network for this as well. You're going to have peers, you're going to have professional networks, former colleagues, industry contacts. Leverage your network to get any initial feedback as you can. Referrals as well. Encourage your network to refer you to potential users. You can offer them incentives for this as well, for successful referrals. So once you've got an understanding of your ICP, your value prop, and you've got a network established, here's when you want to start leveraging content marketing. So B2B software, we all know they're big on white papers, case studies, videos, even webinars as well. Create valuable content. Just don't push your product straight away. Don't be aggressive with it because people don't know who you are. You sort of want to gently introduce it and then listen to the audience here as well. So they're going to leave comments on whatever you're putting out, and then you can understand exactly where they see the value in what you're actually providing. So people could say, oh, this is a great idea. However, it'd be cool if you could add this feature. It gets 100 likes, for example, in that comment. You can then put that in your pipeline for production. So leverage this not only to get your name out there, but also build out an email list and also get products that you should be introducing down the line as part of your software. This is where you would also want to be working closely on your SEO strategy as well. Everything that you're posting in terms of white papers, case studies, videos, they can all be repurposed into blog posts, which can form part of your overarching SEO strategy. So this will then start attracting inbound organic traffic searching for a solution like yours. Just a caveat on that as well, you're going to need a really good website, especially with software. There's tons of competition out there. If you're sending people to a page that doesn't live up to what you're marketing, they're going to click off very, very quickly. This is really often overlooked by companies that have been engaged with. There's often a notion that a product sells itself, which can be true. However, if you're not selling the product well enough on your website, you're not going to be able to convert people into paying users. So content marketing and website sort of goes hand in hand. This sort of leads me on to like the social media side and the email marketing side of things. LinkedIn, again, you can start potentially running LinkedIn ads. You can start doing outbound on LinkedIn. You can engage in industry forums, on online communities as well. As I said, with your white papers and your case studies, you're going to be using these as lead magnets, right? So you're going to have a bank of email addresses. Get started on nurturing campaigns. So regular emails with valuable content, personalized offers, updates on your product, industry insights. Keep your audience engaged. As soon as you start gauging a slight bit of interest that they'd be interested in your product, then you can potentially go a bit harder on the sort of getting them booked in the diary with you to have the conversation. Another thing as well, you could also have a look into providing a free trial. I know a lot of the companies that we work with as well, when they're trying to adopt an early user base, is offering free trial. They offer a 30-day no risk guarantee where people can actually get their software installed across all of their venues and try it out. This actually gives a bit of certainty that the product's going to be right for them. Again, even if they don't end up using your software at the end of it and paying for it, at the end of the day, you're going to have valuable feedback as to why they haven't continued to use you. So take every opportunity along this step, whether it's good or bad outcomes, to improve as a product. Particularly in this early phase, you've got to be agile. You've got to move with the market and the demands and feedback. You're going to have a bank of information that you've collected throughout all of this to continue iteration. Once you've got early adopters, you can then start having a look into getting some really good case studies from them and testimonials. So work extremely closely with your first users to create case studies and testimonials that can then be used as credibility to attract more users. Highlight success stories of your early users, and you can leverage that in your marketing materials, whether that's through YouTube, through socials, through organic, top of funnel ads as well. You can use it for all sorts. And then once you've got a good amount of initial users, maybe say 50, 60, you've got good proof of concept, then lean into paid advertising. You're going to have a good understanding of your messaging. You're going to have a good understanding of your ICP, your challenges you're solving, your competition, and everything that you need to succeed at scale. If you are beyond 100 users as a software company, I've actually recently made a video about how we worked very closely with a client of ours to grow to 7 figures using a variety of different marketing methods. So if this is you, feel free to click onto that. You can use LinkedIn, is really good for business to business. I'd say that's a really good starting point. In fact, Google Ads is also great if it is in the right hands. You can also use social media for remarketing as well, and YouTube for remarketing. So essentially what you want to be doing at the beginning stage of your software journey is getting that early user base, understanding their feedback, iterating their feedback, implementing changes where necessary, gathering testimonials, case studies, building out your email contact list, and then you can then scale up using paid advertisements. But yeah, there's no cookie cutter solution for this, and it's not as easy as I've just laid out. It does take time, it does take patience, and it does take an open mind as well to be open to feedback and criticism of your product. At the end of the day, you've got to be able to deliver what the people want. And once you've really nailed that down, there's no glass ceiling with paid ads. That sort of wraps up how to get to your first 100 users, or at least the steps that I would take if I was a software owner looking to get to that position. If you are looking to go from 10 to 100 or 50 to 100, 100 to 1,000 with your software company, and you want to get in touch with somebody regarding how to scale, feel free to book in a call with me. The calendar link should be in the description here. If not, on my website, saturn-media.co.uk, and we can see if my team and I could be of any assistance on your journey.